All right. So, as I said, cerulean is probably different on every swatch of colors you'll get because there's that variation in the world. I don't know why they do it. I mean, everything has a range, but yeah, let's see, you know, how this all worked. Well, I guess you guys have seen it, basically. The art project inspired by, Nick's available palette colors. I'm a little confused because what I was seeing as pinks, like like Sesame Street Muppet pinks, Nick was talking about reds. So either he can't see or he was looking at something completely different. And it could be either,
I
honestly.
only saw one shade of pink on all of them.
There's reds on one and there's pinks on another.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna have to look into more like what colors. So at the beginning, we had Nick tell us about his condition, dominant optic atrophy. He is not colorblind. Now, he's not considered disabled, at least at this point in his life. Down the road, it could happen. The other two questions we have are how has this impacted your life and your experiences? And what do you want people to take away from this video and, your condition and what it's like for people?
Well, basically, like, everybody sees the world differently, obviously, to one degree or another. What I've noticed with my weird little eye
That's probably
condition.
going to be the, conclusion of my study in general.
What I've noticed most about this weird little eye condition of mine is it's still going. Well, they told me when I went in for my, testing way back when that, oh, well, it's a good thing you're not going to be a police officer because this is a test they make you take, and you would have failed that.
I think, pilots or something, too.
Yeah, that would make sense. So,
I can't tell if it's morning or night.
I mean, it doesn't, like, really slow me down, per se, but it does get frustrating, like,
You can't read
I
subtitles.
can't read subtitles. I can't, it takes me a little longer than most people to read a road sign.
You gotta get really close to things compared to other people to read them.
Yeah.
Like that picture of the, who was he, the governor who was, really blind when he had to have his nose right up to the paper.
Yeah, it's like that.
Yeah, it's, very similar.
This.
So, yes, it does slow him down and impede him. And he gets, from what I've noticed, he gets, not shy, but just, I don't know, self-aware and doesn't want to, say, I can't see it. There's, at a restaurant, they're like, oh, yeah, everything's listed up, or cafe kind of thing. Everything's listed up there on the board. And he's not going to say, yeah, I can't see it.
Yeah, I just sort of stand there awkwardly going, fuck. Well, what do you recommend? What's your favorite thing on the menu? And order that because either I don't want to ask them because it's going to take them too long to, read off the menu for me, or I'm just like, ugh, yeah, I don't really like admitting to people I can't see anything. It's a weird thing of mine.
I really wonder what I look like to him. I mean,
She's pink. We're talking really pink.
Yeah, Sweetheart Valentine's. No, but, I do wonder that, it's like, he sees this and I see this and that. Yeah, okay.
It has led to some really weird conversations or even mini arguments with friends oh, I'm driving a blue car and I'm just like, you mean the green one? And
If I see a forest green, he thinks it's blue.
Yeah, for some reason I see more of the blue spectrum than the green. It's very strange.
It's difficult, especially when he won't admit I can't see or this or that. Like it's like,
It's very self-conscious.
well, that's the thing. Like it slows everyone down when he won't just say I'm sorry I can't see. It might be this.
Right. I should do that more often.
Um, but what ultimately, like you said, everyone sees the world differently, and yeah, that's kind of the point with the study too. But kind of examining how some people see it. What do you want people to take away from this video and all this?
Like, if you go to the art museum or if you're looking at paintings and you hear these stories about these artists who, like Monet, for example, who I guess he couldn't see very well either, and that's why he painted everything sort of like blurry.
I
Or
never heard that about him.
am I thinking of another painter? Anyway, some painter I learned about growing up allegedly had like blurry vision, and that's why all of his paintings looked fuzzy. And, you know,
See, I thought it was because they had limited time as impressionists because they had to capture it in certain time of day to have that light, but I don't know. I could be wrong with him specifically.
yeah, forgive me if it's not Monet. Um, but at any rate, like if you see paintings that like yeah are impressionist or just look really strange, you know, and I'm not talking like abstract
I
paintings,
was
but
gonna
like
say
paintings of
Picasso,
yeah,
hey? Boy, what was going on?
paintings of landscapes that like everyone's like, oh, this really redefined the genre, and it's like there could have been an underlying reason for that besides the fact that he just felt like doing it that way. Like sometimes it was like that is the way that they saw it.
Well, there is also, oh my god, who else? I want to say it was Chuck Close, and I think he did like photorealistic drawings or paintings, but he got in an accident, and I think he was became a quadriplegic, and I think his arms he started using them again. But yeah, he started painting with like his mouth and minor use of his hands. So then he started doing those tiny little squares that had like different shapes,
Oh,
and when
that's
he put them
cool.
all together, it was
Like
like
a
people's faces and stuff.
like a big collage.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, and it
that's
was
cool.
amazing that he did that with that disability.
So, like, I don't think I'm gonna go out there and become like the next Monet or something, but if you're with someone who definitely is wearing glasses and describes the way something looks and it's a little different from how you're seeing it, just remember that's just the way we're perceiving it. You know?
Well, you say glasses, and we both wear glasses. I think it's a, a little bit.
Completely
It's a
different
little bit
things.
different than
Yeah.
that. Yeah. All right. See, I was gonna say like when you learn art, could help to take off your glasses just to see. Okay, this is this general shape. This is this general color. This is where this transitions to that. I don't know, that just made me think of it, so I thought I'd throw that in there. Alright, so this has been Case Study 1 with Nick. I won't say his last name because this is going to be on YouTube.
That guy.
But thank you for doing that, and if I sound harsh on him, I've lived with him for over 11 years.
Who wouldn't be?
No, but it's okay, I'm about to make him cookies.
Yay.
Alright, so everyone, take care out there, have fun, and if you'd like to get involved with this kind of ongoing project that I'm just kind of doing for funsies, yeah, I mean, leave a comment or something. Especially if you're someone I actually get, like am an acquaintance with. Alright, take care everyone, love each other. So, not shockingly, it takes a couple of days to do this recording. And it's a nice day out, one of the few ones left before it gets snowy and cold again. Upstate New York, gotta love it. Beautiful trees at this time, though. But I kind of touched on the point before how just talking about, us having glasses, and both Nick and I, and how, yeah, then you just see kind of general shapes and colors and where one goes into the other and all this, and it's how that actually works for you when you're doing art, because generally you go from the general to the specifics. You can't get the details of someone's face or their like creases around their eyes or anything before you get the general shape or color. So for next project, I'm thinking, I don't know what I'm gonna make. I might just, well, we'll figure it out. But the idea, I think I'm gonna do like kind of a minimalist style. That's not the right term, but like it was like, I think it's like simple abstract or something, where you just kind of get the general shapes of things, but you don't not like the full details. Or I don't know. I'm gonna have to look up like the specific term, but yeah, more of the general than the specific. And then also there'll be a limited color palette too. I was thinking it was gonna be more on the warm side, but after the confusion between the yarn, I mean, they're not balls, but they're kind of balled up, so I'll just say yarn balls. I want to make sure he can like see close to what I saw, because that might be certain reds or pinks might be taken out too, depending. But yeah, that's where I'm thinking I'm going, and I'll make some sort of project, and oh, it's gonna have to be something that reflects him. So it's gonna have to be like a mascot or a beer or a I don't know, a wolf or a fog. No, that's too complicated. We'll see what it is, but that's my idea for now. Watch me change it 16 times. It's my project, so I get to do that. And that was Nick cracking his knuckle. Okay, so Nick thought of another, I don't want to say deficiency, just problem that he tends to run into. Oh, there's a nice bee out there. It's on the okay. Sorry.
We're in the car.
Yeah, we're in the car
In the park.
In the park right now. You're not crawling in here.
Anyway, it was about people's faces.
Yeah, talking about issues he runs into with its eye condition.
So, because, dominant optic atrophy, it is degenerative over time. And I have noticed, especially over the last few years, from a distance, I have trouble recognizing people, based on their faces.
But it's not like that, there's a condition where you can't recognize people's faces.
Yeah, it's not face blindness. It's just like their facial features are kind of blurry. And, it's hard to...
Is it just faces, or is it just...
It's like everything, but if you're looking to see somebody, you're looking at their face.
No, is that why you don't remember people's names that you've worked with?
No, it's because I genuinely can't remember people's names.
To be fair, he works with, like, thousands of people as a mascot and stuff.
And people will come up to me, like, all the time, like, hey, what's going on? I'm like, sure, great.
And he's wearing a mascot, so his blind eyes plus blind mascot, so, I mean...
Yeah, so...
You can't recognize someone's voice when they're screaming at you in a stadium.
Yeah, so, of course, that creates a problem trying to remember who anyone is. But outside of all the mascot costumes and just being, like, a normal human being, it's like...
And this is with your glasses on,
With my glasses on.
What do your glasses do for you?
They help kind of refine as best as they can, anyway, distance. So the trees look
nearsighted,
nice.
farsighted, or...
I can never remember the difference.
If you're nearsighted, you see stuff that's close up. If you're farsighted, you see stuff that's far away.
Okay. So, yeah, distance, you take off the glasses, and anything that's more than a few feet away is particularly fuzzy. The farther away it is, the fuzzier it gets.
And since I'm the control in this experiment, let me say that I have glasses too, and I'm getting new ones. But yeah, I am incredibly nearsighted. Like, okay, I can see the small text that says 41 hours remaining on my recorder thing right now. But yeah, once I get just a couple of feet away, I can't see it.
So anyway, back about the faces. So, like, when I was working at the bakery, I'd come in at 4 in the morning, and the store was laid out in such a way that you could see from where the bakery was all the way down to the end of the store where deli was on our side of it. And if someone was walking up that long stretch, you know, until they got pretty close, I'm not recognizing their faces. I would have to look at other cues, like, what is their posture? Is that posture typical of somebody that I know? How about their gait? How are they walking?
Their voice,
Their
obviously, if they're
voice, yes,
talking
when
to
they get
you.
closer, yes. What are they wearing? Is that typical of something I've seen them wear before? And it was kind of weird adjusting to that as my vision slowly got, fuzzier. Just looking at these other random cues to help me remember, or at least not remember, but to recognize people.
And he's still allowed to drive a car.
Well, to be fair, I don't have blind spots. That's what they were really concerned about, was blind spots developing.
And, yeah, I guess that's it for this section.
Tune in next
And,
week.
yeah, they'll just do final notes of, how everything equals up, I guess. Final notes.